Hello there people, this is Bruce Be Cool or Nintendo, and we have got up to one of my favourite stages, Dr.Wily Stage 2. You know, great background music, level's a bit of a challenge, but once done, you'll feel like you've really made something of yourself. Now, as we go along here, I would say avoid the weapon energy unless you're comfortable making difficult drops if the ice crusher breaks the ice underneath you. I prefer the bottom route here, just a tad easier. On the top there is weapon energy, on the bottom there's an extra life. And that blue siren guy that you guys probably saw, if it spots you, it changes the direction of the conveyor belt. I do prefer to change the direction, but you know, that's entirely your call whether you want to destroy it or change it. As we go here, difficult jump up there, so I would say just destroy the pink crusher, get the rush coil, and Bob's your uncle. Now, avoid the snowmen, and you'll see we're up to a mini boss already, and it's actually the ones from Solar Man's stage, the parrots. I think they're called Kuraz something, Patak or whatever. I don't know what they think of when they come up with these names. But anyway, same old story, just keep jumping to throw the fireballs off track. If you're using the bubble shield, then that is extra damage and multiple hits towards them, which is nice. Or just use whatever method you find useful, but yeah, very easy little mini boss. There is another one a little later on, which we shall cover once the time comes. And here we go. So, now a unique little part to this stage, the crushers. If they crush you, then you get crushed, and you die, and explode into millions of pieces. Fantastic. So, in a nutshell, take your time with this. Even if you're a little bit of a veteran at this level, sometimes how you enter the screen can change the timing of some of these crushers, where they're supposed to come down and they actually don't, and then they just sit there for ages. So, just take your time. Wait for the crusher to come down, and you've got a clear 6 or 7 seconds before it tries to crush again. Now then, another mini boss, the light bulb guy. Again, same story, just defeat its minions as you're powering it up, and then destroy it. Now, oh, that was quick. Now, as you jump down here, hold right, and then hold left once you've passed that little platform. And what you see there is you pick up a mystery tank, which if you bought one in the shop, you cannot hold more than one, so that's a bit of a wasted money there, unfortunately. Now, continuing at the top here is a bit easier because you don't have as many pits to worry about, but still, take your time with these enemies. You know, there's quite a lot of projectiles flying around, and the last thing you want to do is get knocked back into a chasm, which almost happened there. If we reward an extra life, fantastic. Now, if you continue at the top here, there is a big pile of energy. Lovely stuff. Okay, now time it so the totem fires past you, and use its head to get to the ladder, which I shall demonstrate here. Lovely stuff. If you're finding it difficult, feel free to use the rush jet. That way you can direct when you jump. And speaking of difficult jumps, this is another one, so feel free to use the rush jet yet again. Otherwise, use tippy toes like I'm doing now, and there we go. Fantastic. Now, the final stretch of crushers. Again, take your time if you're unaware of the patterns, and I prefer not for the conveyor belts to change directions here, so hence I avoided that blue siren enemy. Again, it's not detrimental if you do make the conveyor belts change. Now, as you can see, difficult jump there. You've got to make sure you clear the spikes and hit the conveyor belt. Otherwise, try to lure the ice crusher along towards you, get yourself hit, and then traverse the spikes that way. Now, time your jump here, so you go past the laser and the bomb doesn't hit you into the pit. Now, just avoid the pink crusher. Thank you, Mr. Crusher. And we're on to the boss. Now, its weakness is the thunder wall, but it's extremely difficult to hit. And of course, it is the secondary strike which does the major damage. But yes, the lobster crab guy, 2 attacks. It'll either fire its claws at you, you know, 1 for each claw, or it'll fire bubbles like this. Now, regardless, as soon as you hit the floor, I would say just take out the second claw at the bottom. Now, very easy claw to take out, and it helps you immensely when trying to evade certain attacks here. Plus, it will be less damage if it tries to do a ground strike against you. Now the bubbles here, you can probably see the two with the nucleus inside it. They focus on your last position and head in that direction a bit faster than the other bubbles. Taking out the top claw is an optional extra if you wanted to, but to be honest with you, it's kind of easy even without taking out the claw. It's just a bit of a pain as it shields the eyes. And there you go. What can I say? Other than Dr. Wily Stage 3 is next, so you guys take care, and I'll see you again soon.